Tupac Shakur was a song artist who took a stand against racism, gang violence, police brutality, and more, as shown throughout his career. He was criticized and disapproved of for his music and lifestyle, where he seemingly encouraged hate and drug use. But despite this, he had better intentions. Consistently struggling through conflict in life, Tupac inspired others to make a difference and stand against hardship pressed on by society. Tupac was born in New York on June 16, 1971. He was the son of Billy Garland and Afeni Shakur. His parents were members of the Black Panthers, an African-American Revolutionary Party. While she was pregnant, Afeni Shakur had been put in prison on accusations of conspiring to bomb stores and police stations, but she was acquitted before Tupac was born. Tupac grew up in Harlem until the age of 13, where he moved around the country with his mother. Living in slum areas known as the ghettos, he took into learning fine arts and acting until he settled in California, and soon after he made his debut in hip-hop with a recording company called Digital Underground. Tupac began as a roadie and background rapper until he took part in Same Song, a Digital Underground soundtrack for the 1991 movie Nothing But Trouble.
Tupac, go ahead and rock
now
this.
I clown around when I hang around with the underground. Girls used to frown, say I'm down when I come around. Gas me, and when they pass me, they used to diss me, harass me. But now they ask me if they can kiss me. Get some fame, people change, wanna live their life high. Same song can't go wrong if I play the nice guy.
Claiming fame must have changed now that we became strong.
I remain still the same, cause it's the same song.
Later that same year, he released his first solo album, Tupacalypse Now, under the stage name Tupac. The album had given way for his fame and career. Tupac's goal, in his own words, was to be
a real person. You know what I want to say, a real N-I-G-G-A.
Speaking only the real emotions of the people on the streets, suffering from poverty as he had once been. His beliefs also stemmed from the ideals of the Black Panthers and his mother's wisdom, and he studied literature to expand his education. Incorporating his knowledge, philosophy, and experience, Tupac spoke with explicit but deep meaning. He recorded the song Changes in 1992.
We gotta make a change. It's time for us as a people to start making some changes. Let's change the way we eat, let's change the way we live, and let's change the way we treat each other. You see, the old way wasn't working, so it's on us to do what we gotta do to survive.
In the song, he details the condition of the ghettos, with people stealing because of hunger, people dying from the police and each other, violence by racism, and dealing drugs to make a living. Tupac points out how wrong the situation is, and then gives a better and more ideal path. He stated that his words needed to be the truth.
I got a big mouth, can't help it. I talk from my heart, I'm real, you know what I'm saying, whatever.
Tupac made over 300 songs so that he would always be doing what he could to give statements that he believed no one else would say. During his career, Tupac worked hard on his music, but apart from the messages he spread, some of his songs were made to make people feel happy, which only made him an even more popular character.
Because we all sometimes forget to appreciate our mothers. But like my little homeboy Mootsall, he don't got no mother today. While we all shedding smiles and being happy, they can't be happy because they don't got no mama. What, Danny Boy, he's singing off for all of y'all mama. Danny Boy out here making everybody feel good. He ain't got no mama to hug him. We got to get back to that old school shit where we all care for everybody and all of us raise all these kids because we all out of hand. So last year about this time, I was sitting in a maximum security penitentiary. I couldn't sing this song for my mama. But I'm going to do it today for all y'all and all y'all mamas. Dear mama. Peter. When I was young, me and my mama had beef. 17 years old, kicked out on the streets. Though back at the time, I never thought I'd see a face. Ain't a woman alive that could take my mama's place.
Tupac had a reputation among his fans for respecting women and caring for the downhearted. Tupac began to take roles in films such as 1992's Juice and 1993's Poetic Justice, where he received recognition for his talent in acting.
Look, it took me a long time to come down here. I mean, I know I made a mistake, but everybody makes mistakes. And I had a lot on my mind. I'm sorry. I apologize.
He was also well known for getting into several confrontations with the law and making headlines. The media had often portrayed him as a bad influence, labeling Tupac and others like him with titles such as dangerous emblems, and turning him into a very controversial topic. In more than one occasion, officers were murdered by youth who were allegedly influenced by Tupac's music. Although he frequently got into trouble, Tupac was an unbroken spirit.
Shakur was arraigned in New York City and charged with first-degree attempted sodomy, first-degree sexual abuse, and, yes, weapon possession, in connection with what a 20-year-old woman charged was a gang rape by Shakur and 3 friends in his hotel room.
In 1993, a woman took Tupac and his associates to court on charges of sexual abuse, weapons, and sodomy. He denied doing any of the crimes he was accused of, with many of his fans supporting him. The verdict was held off until the following year. The day before the court decision in December of 1994, he had been robbed and shot 5 times in the lobby of Quad Recording Studios in Manhattan by unknown men. Despite doctors' orders, he attended the verdict hours after surgery the next day. Charges for sodomy and weapons were acquitted, but the party was convicted for sexual abuse. He was sentenced to 1.5 to 4.5 years in prison on a $1.4 million bail. Being unable to pay off the bail, Tupac agreed to sign a recording contract with Marion Suge Knight, president of Death Row Records, in exchange for Tupac's release. To fulfill his 3-album commitment to Death Row, Tupac created the single album Me Against the World and double album All Eyes on Me. On September 7, 1996, he and an entourage of bodyguards from Death Row Records attended a Mike Tyson boxing match in Las Vegas. In the lobby of the MGM Grand Hotel, they noticed Orlando Anderson, who had previously beaten and robbed one of the bodyguards. Tupac and his entourage began to attack Anderson until security guards intervened. After the incident, Tupac joined Suge Knight in a BMW. Knight drove through the streets to attend a place known as Club 662. At a stoplight, a white Cadillac pulled up next to the car and shot Tupac and Knight at least 12 times, Tupac being the most injured. On September 13, 6 days after being shot, Tupac died of his wounds at the age of 25. Even after his death, albums continued to be released under the new stage name Machiavelli. Machiavelli is a reference to one of Tupac's favorite characters in literature, also called Machiavelli, who tricked his enemies by faking his death and taking revenge 7 days later. The first album after his death was labeled The Don Killuminati, The 7-Day Theory. This caused many people to believe that Tupac faked his death, yet to this day, no one has successfully proven this. The police found the case inconclusive due to lack of evidence and making no arrests. Tupac was mourned by many of his fans who were moved by him and his views. His passion for truth, wisdom, and change drove him to create music, so much that more songs were released after his death than during his lifetime, all with the same ideals. Tupac Shakur stood against social injustice, but he was often victim to the many aspects of it, and eventually it would cost him his life. He didn't believe that he could change the world, yet he did believe he could inspire others who were able to make a difference and not only stand against the wrong ways of life, but also to follow the right ways. His art of music today continues to help and guide those who listen.